Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and we're here in Las Vegas, USA at ICSC Recon. This is the third day of the show, and will probably be our last interview for the week. So I'm here with David Fuller Watts from Mallcom. So David, thank you for coming and joining us.
No problem.
Tell us a little bit about Mallcom and how the system works.
So Mallcom is a tenant engagement platform. It's a multi-platform system. It's an app. It's a website. It's available on Android, iPhone, Windows, etc. And it allows the mall management teams to communicate more effectively with the tenants. Mm-hmm. We're looking to create better environments for our malls. We're really looking to communicate better from security to mall communications, news, events, marketing information, and also creating staff loyalty and loyalty within the community.
Right. Well, from a security point of view, it seems to me this is something that every mall should have, because if a child goes missing or something security happens, you can immediately alert everyone in the mall. Is that correct? Or the mall management can immediately alert everybody in the mall.
Absolutely, and more than that, not only can they alert everybody in the mall, but they can also specify and tailor the communication. So there might be information they just want to send to store managers, or they might want to send information just to the food court retailers, or even just to people who are actually in the mall and not to those people who are. Often the store managers, they're not always in the stores. They're at home, or they're in a different store somewhere else. So although they might want to know what's going on, they might not necessarily need to know exactly, this is what's happening.
Right. So if there's a security issue, the mall can let everybody know that's all the retailers know immediately.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And also, you were mentioning a little bit earlier about you're using this with the retailers and the mall owners for more marketing purposes and just tracking sales and how things are working together. Yeah.
Absolutely. We see it as a bit of a one-stop shop. So a retail store manager can insert their sales. They can provide promotions to go on the website, or job vacancies through the website. We're working with some of the biggest property owners in the world, working with London's West End, Westfield in London, Uniball and Remco all across Europe, and we get fantastic take-up rates. We're getting over 95% take-up rates in some of these malls from retailers who want to engage with their mall management teams. And they want to really provide that community amongst the malls that we really haven't been able to facilitate before.
Right. Well, knowing Westfield in London and of course Uniball from all over Europe, I mean they must really be impressed with the system if they're going forward with that, or as they've been going forward with it.
Absolutely. I think it's to do with the flexibility of the system, the ability for them to integrate their own systems that they already have in place, but bring them all together so that they know that the store managers and the retailers and also the operations side of the team, the technical managers, the cleaning teams, all the stakeholders, even as far as delivery companies notifying the retailers when they've dropped off their delivery in the mall.
Oh, great.
So it saves time, it's much more streamlined communication.
And how long does it take, because I know a lot of mall guys are thinking about this right now, how long does it take to go live from the moment they say, okay, we want this in place? How long does it take to really make it work? I know you're laughing because it's a tough question, and it's probably not an easy answer, but let's say an average, you get a mall of 150, 200 stores, what would you say is an average time from day one of them signing to going live?
The reason I'm laughing is because actually we always say we can go faster than them.
Okay.
So actually it takes a little while to gather all the communication, specify it, to say, yeah, this is what we want to do. But typically we look at between 5 and 6 weeks to be able to actually, to really roll this out and, as I say, get the most amount of people on there. And I guess the one thing that they really get from our system is that everything is tracked, the communication. So they know, you send a message out, and we worked really hard on our infrastructure to make sure that we can provide real-time statistics. So if you send a security message out, you know who's read it, what time they read it, how many times they read it, whether they've responded at all. You don't have to wait till the day after or the week after to get a report. See if something's happened.
Well, 6 weeks is fast. A lot of times I hear from software companies, and they go, "Oh, it's about a year or two. We're not really sure when it'll be live." But no, great news. Now, I realize that you're a European company, and you're here in Las Vegas, pitching to the American market. So the first question is, what made you decide to come to the Las Vegas conference, or expo? Different market for sure. Big, probably a few competitors, I would imagine. So what made you come, and how is the response so far from American developers and asset managers?
Well, we've got around 250,000 users in Europe at the moment. We were in 10 different countries, 8 different languages, and the US was a really big step for us. So we're launching here in the US with malls in summer this year, and we're really here at Recon in Las Vegas to scope out some extra contacts, tell other people, tell other developers about our product. And we've had a really great response so far.
Right, great. And you're launching in, I remember, it's sometime over the summer in New York. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's the
okay.
plan.
Great. So we'll do another interview straight after that to find it maybe at ICSC New York in December, and that'll give it about 6 months. You can tell us how things have went from there.
That'll be great.
And I understand you were also moderating one of the conferences here. So tell us kind of how many people who went, who was on the panel, what were some of the key issues?
Yeah, so I moderated a panel yesterday. It was on the topic of the new power couple, the relationship really between the retailers and the developers, and how we can facilitate that communication and that relationship much more. And it's not really just about the tenant communication. It was more about how we can work together more closely to provide shared data, so that if you're coming to the mall and you park in your car, the mall knows you're there. They may use AMPR to monitor your license plate. They know you connected to the Wi-Fi in the mall. They know that you may have downloaded their app, or you receive their emails, or even that you like them on Facebook. But then you walk into a store and they lose sight of it.
Right, they don't know
whether you bought anything. They don't know. And likewise from a retailer, they know you've walked into the store and they know that you bought something, but they don't know how long you've been there. They don't know whether you went into any other stores. They don't know what you like, what you don't like. And that's why really we need to start working together as stores and making that working together much faster.
Right. So would you say, okay, this group of 1,000 people walked into the mall, stayed there 3 hours, went to this store, this store, this store, this store, because you put all the data together, and then this group did this group did that. Something that.
Absolutely. And just going back to the panel yesterday, we had some great panelists. We had Esther Liu from the Irvine Company here in the US, a developer. We had Mikhail Shverchinsky from Echo.
Right?
From
okay,
Echo.
good.
As well as Aaron Farmer, the senior VP from the retail coach from the retail. Really good to see around what the future might hold for changing the way that developers think about, creating more experience in the malls and bringing people together as retail is really being pushed hard. That was one of the real takeaways around the millennials are now coming into their own. They're at their peak spending power.
Right. Good.
How are we going to really facilitate that?
We got to get it. Okay, well, great. Well, David, thank you so much for coming and being on the show. And I know you've got a lot more to go. And we'll probably see you back in London at one of the next ICSCs, or maybe somewhere at one of the Uniball shopping malls in Poland or something.
Absolutely.
Great.
Thanks
So thank you
much
for your time, and we'll keep in touch.
Thanks, Craig.